Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax, and it's time for another video, a left-handed brewing Nitro Milk Stout. This is going to be retracing the Brew 4. I started doing these back in January, just kind of not records that are new to me, but just records that I've been pulling out of the collection. I kind of got away from it and got sick there, and then summer, no listening with the air conditioning, so after the great Expedit disaster of the other day, which I had a chance to make that video. For those of you that got the joke and enjoyed it, I'm glad you did. For those of you that didn't get the joke, left some really nasty comments, thumbs down me, and felt it was somehow a personal attack, I'm sorry, I really don't know what to say. I was just fucking around. I mean, I had a shitty thing happen to me and tried to laugh about it. So as part of this, I've been going through my Expedit's worth of stuff that's just scattered all over this room, and I've got 3 cubes filled back up, and I've actually sorted a cube out to go to sell, so that's a positive. Cheers, because I've been wanting to move some stuff out, and that's been great. And I've been revisiting the collection. I've been blaking tons of shit that hadn't been blaked. So it's been positive. Ultimately, the huge clusterfuck has worked out, and I have a friend who's been building me a shelf to mount my turntable to the brick wall here, and he actually called me up and said he's got it all tack welded and wants to come over and dry fit it. So the Expedit would have had to have been emptied anyway, so that's great. So anyway, try and keep these like 12 minutes, I think it was. This is just shit I've been listening to. This is Birth Control, Backdoor Possibilities. This is a German band. Some people call this krautrock, but I think that's not really what this is. This is more German progressive rock. It's very much in the style of, say, symphonic prog as opposed to kraut. Kraut is kind of more jazz, a little bit more experimental, a little bit more trippy. This is pretty much straightforward progressive rock. And this is a great record. Curious title, but yeah. Next is one I don't know if anybody's ever shown. This is the British Mod Beats, and this record is called Mod Is. I had this in my collection for 5 years, maybe 6 years. I paid a chunk of change for this. I paid $80 for this. It was going for between 100 at the bottom end and all the way up to 450 at the time, so I thought 80 was a pretty good price. I got it from a dealer friend before it went on the floor. But anyways, these are going for about $40 sometimes now. So if you get a chance, people are calling this Psych Garage. The song on here that got a bit of play and controversy was called LSD. This is pretty good. I mean, this is not really my kind of music, but they're a local band. They're from just down the road. This guy here actually goes to the local record show. He's a 45 collector, so one of these days I've got to get the record signed. A couple ECMs here. This is Jan Garbarek. And this is All Those Born with Wings. This is a later, like 1987-88 ECM. This is a German pressing. Music kind of looks like the cover. Garbarek solo record, and playing multi-instrumentalist on this. I would classify this as almost an ambient, kind of ethereal ambient jazz record, way close to ambient as opposed to jazz, and fantastic, and sounds great. There's another solo ECM record. This is Ralph Towner's Diary. This is another German pressing. Again, this is a great record. Towner plays 12-string and classical guitar, piano, and gongs. I kind of had forgot that Towner played piano. So anyways, this was another great listen. More not ambient or anyway, more kind of standard Towner-esque jazz records. Towner-esque jazz, yeah. Next is I haven't spoken this in 3 or 4 years. This is David Sylvian, Gone to Earth. This is a 2-record set. So disc 1 of this is kind of typical solo Sylvian, kind of art, rock, that beautiful layered textured stuff that he does with that kind of dreamy vocal, and just a great example of his solo material. Disc 2 is basically an ambient record, which is fantastic as well. I mean, I'd forgotten that Disc 2 was kind of ambient, so there's a couple moods on this record, and I don't know, I just think in general David Sylvian can do no wrong, especially post-Japan. I know most people are huge fans of his Japan period, but I think he's been way stronger post-Japan. I've had a chance to see him a few times. I saw him as Sylvian Fripp, and that was a fucking mind blower. And I had a chance to see him solo about 8 years later, about 13 or 14 years ago now, and that was a fantastic show as well. Usted Ali Akbar Khan, master musician of India. This is fantastic music. Kind of exposed to Indian music, say through Ravi Shankar. Well, probably initially through With and Without You off Sgt. Pepper's when I was like 10, but Ustad Ali Akbar Khan, I think he's, I don't know, I find him to be much more interesting to listen to than Ravi Shankar. This is a wonderful record. If you ever see this record and you like Indian music, buy it. What else? Here's kind of a new record, newish. Donald Fagen, Sunk at Condos. This is his last record. I think it's 2010 or 2011. This is great. It's on clear vinyl. This is a little pricey. It's like $40 new or $45 new. I didn't buy it new. I bought it off eBay for like $16 shipped. So it's got a little bit of split corners and stuff, but who cares? This is really good music. It's, you know, that tight production value of Steely Dan with very funky, groovy music. Taking that Aja Gaucho funk groove even further into the future. Nothing like Can't Buy a Thrill or anything like that anymore. Really good music though. I had this in my sale pile, but my wife pulled it out and said no. This is Leonard Cohen, New Skin for the Old Ceremony. This is the Canadian cover. It's slightly different. The European cover, and I think the American cover has a painting on it. Anyway, yeah, this is a good Leonard Cohen record. I have a UK pressing as well, but my wife wants this for her turntable, so, you know, standard Cohen, kind of dark. It's a songs about cigarettes, sex, and religion, and alcohol, and, you know, just kind of Lenny, it's where he's at. This Yaz, or Yazoo as they were known in North America, this is upstairs at Eric's. This is a US import. Who the hell made a big deal of that? Anyway, great record. This is a classic 80s record, completely overlooked, slightly experimental in a few songs, very pop-oriented and driven at others. Alison Moyet, the brilliant lyricist, what's his name, who left Depeche Mode on instruments. It's just a great record. I mean, this is one of the highlights of the electronic 80s era. Next, I posted this. I post a lot of these on Facebook, and either on my DoctorDeadwax page or in a couple groups I'm in. This is Talk Talk Spirit of Eden. This is a original UK pressing. I didn't buy this. I bought the CD the day it came out because I was a massive Talk Talk fan, and wow, it totally blew my mind. And every single other person I knew that was friends of mine that liked Talk Talk, they hated it. And nobody ever got this record that I knew for probably 25 years until I found the VC. And this is a record that, you know, I found the VC and other people were like waxing poetic about it, and I'm like, finally, I found some people that are like on a similar wavelength, and that's kind of one of the things that the VC has done. It's done that, kind of made those connections. Anyway, the progenitor of post-rock. This is, you know, it's not Dumb Dumb Girl Talk Talk. This is a fucking masterpiece. This is a mind blower. This is jazz, synth, everything. It's beautiful, beautiful. 10:44. I'll just do a couple more. Van Morrison, Veden Fleece. This is one of the records that David sent me. I cleaned this up recently and gave it a spin, and it's great. I love Van Morrison. This was not one of my favorite records, but I spun it twice actually since I cleaned it up the other day. It's great. I've just grown to love it more. It's moved way up my list of priorities with Van Morrison. UK pressing. It has the first song on here has a bass note that drops, like goes down, and I played this against my first Canadian and first American pressings, and wow, this has a tonal quality and a range to it that those don't. It's amazing. Anyways, I've really grown to like this record, and yeah, thanks again, David. And I don't know, let's end it up here. Jackie McLean, Action, Action, Action. This is still on my want list. I forgot I even had this. This is a Universal split label, Universal Liberty. Anyways, it's whatever. Charles Tolliver, Jackie McLean, Bobby Hutcherson, Cecil McBee, and Billy Higgins. This is a monster of a record. Bobby Hutcherson on Vibes. But I'm not really fond of the Vibes. Gary Burton has 100 records out. I like 2 of them. Milt Jackson, the same. Maybe there's 1 or 2 of his records that really hit home with me. Bobby Hutcherson on this, he's so masterful. The vibes really work, and Charles Tolliver is just a brilliant trumpet player. Jackie McLean on sax, Cecil McBee on bass. I'm just growing more and more and more enamored with Cecil McBee and his playing these days, and Billy Higgins. So if you ever see this, Jackie McLean, Action, 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 you should check it out. I have more to do, but I'm out of time. So thanks for watching, everybody. This was Retracing the Groove 4. Those are just a bunch of records from my collection that I've been spinning, and I'll do another one of these maybe tomorrow or the day after, and show what's left and what else is going to be spun as I go through my collection here. So have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.